the light. Spot the light and see who is looking out for you. We just heard the current Prime Minister and leader of the opposition make a solemn promise that the rights of Barbadian citizens would never be violated under her administration. Today, you are witnessing a march against the wiretapping bill currently before the lower house. This bill seeks to give the law authorities the right to intercept and tap your systems, your phones, everything to do with you. However, regrettably, this bill gives unfettered control to law enforcement without a prior warrant. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not something that you can ignore. This is something that you must pay attention to. Why are we saying this? If a member of Parliament has admitted to the fact that wiretapping has gone on in this country for years now, what he has in essence done is admitted to the fact that law enforcement have been illegally accessing your information. I challenge attorneys at law that if you have been representing someone who is currently in jail because of wiretapping, you now have a right to appeal that case because the information was obtained illegally. What the government is now attempting to do is to make it legal. However, they have made it clear that they can intercept before they go for a warrant. Ladies and gentlemen, let me put this in context for you. In America today, a country known for several things: terrorism, mass shootings, attempts on presidents' lives. This is a level unprecedented and never seen in Barbados. And even in America, law enforcement are now required to have prior authorization by the highest level of the judiciary in the United States. The Congress and Senate of America discovered that American citizens were being spied on illegally and immediately shut it down. So that today, if the CIA, the FBI, or any law enforcement entity attempts to access your information without a prior warrant, they are in breach not only of the Constitution, but they are in breach of the law. Our Constitution, ladies and gentlemen, provides for privacy for every citizen at every level, whether it be technological, in your house, on your computer, wherever it is available. What this legislation is seeking to do is to make it possible for a law enforcement officer to walk into your house, take up your phone, take up your computer, take up any matter of technology, your tablet, whatever you're using, and demand, listen to me carefully here, that you Bajans think this is a joke. Everybody in Barbados is so politically partisan, they don't pay attention to what is serious. When you are dead and gone, your children have to deal with this. When you are dead and gone, your grandchildren will have to deal with this. It is our responsibility now to stand up and demand Section 52B be removed from this bill. That section makes it possible for law enforcement without a warrant to access your information at every level. The Constitution of the country, the European Union Human Rights, the Commission on Human Rights, every international agency stands by the fact that private citizens' information is meant to be private and cannot be accessed without prior knowledge. And listen, not just prior knowledge, you know. You have to be specific in the reason you are going for a warrant. You have to be able to tell them the just cause. And don't let the Attorney General fool you about in the interest of Barbados' security. That is rubbish. The only time that becomes necessary is in a state of national emergency or a matter of national security. Since when a child in St. Andrew down by the school chatting with their friends is a matter of national security? That just goes to show you that rather than coming to the country with the law that is in the benefit of the people of Barbados, it continues to be in the benefit of political expediency. And I warn people of this country, a lot of what you are seeing implemented in this nation is being imposed upon us from outside because there's a gun being held to the head of our government. That is why you're seeing this legislation pass. You can go around the world and you will find governments around the world attempting to do the exact thing, but they're coming up against lawyers who are not namby-pamby dummies like some of the ones we have here in this country. But they're fighting. Fight 2B. Don't forget it. That is the bill. That is a section that must be removed. Thank you.